It's funny.
We're live.
Is it on? Wow, I'm on live. Who knows? Who knows? What camera are we using? This one?
This one, yeah.
Okay.
Did you put Well, we're live on YouTube, so this will be on playback. But do you want to go live on like Instagram or something first?
Oh.
And tell everyone that you're live on this.
That's a good
one person now.
Oh, one person. Who is it? Make a comment, whoever it is.
Robin.
Oh, Robin's one of my clients. Hi, Robin. Trying to figure out if I should go live on Instagram right now. All right. Can I have my mom hold the camera?
I can hold it.
That would be funny. All right.
Oh, we have 4 now.
Ooh. Oh, baby. Here you go.
Do you have one of the little camera things?
On the coffee table. Hi, YouTube. Let me know where you're coming from. I'm sending one viewer 8 of these yogurts. So you have to comment PLCU, and I'm going to pick one. Are we live on Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Instagram. So we're live on YouTube for my first cooking show. We are going to be making my cheesecake recipe with my favorite yogurt, and we're also going to be making a really quick and easy dinner. So if you're on Instagram, I suggest switching over to YouTube, because on YouTube, I'm going to be giving away 8 of these yogurts, my favorite yogurt ever, and you can only get them in the Northeast. So I highly recommend anyone down south go to YouTube, and we're going to continue the live on there. Okay, so first things first is we're going to make my cheesecake recipe. So here is tofu, and if anyone doesn't like tofu, I highly suggest this recipe because it tastes so good, you're going to have no idea. And I also discovered that you can make this recipe in the air fryer. So this is going to be my tofu cheesecake recipe in the air fryer. Okay, so first thing that you're going to need is tofu. So we're going to do about 12 ounces of tofu. There we go. 12 ounces of tofu is a little bit less than a block of tofu. So I'm sure there are people watching this that have tofu somewhere in their fridge, probably for 12 months, and they have no idea what to do with it. So this is your time to shine. Take the tofu out of your refrigerator and make this recipe with me. So we've got 12 ounces of tofu. Then we're going to add peanut butter powder. Okay. So, oh, there goes Instagram. That's so funny. Okay, so we're going to add in about 60 grams of peanut butter powder. So I'm using a food scale. 60 grams is about 3/4 of a cup. Okay. Can you guys hear me okay? Good. Perfect. Do we have any YouTube comments yet? Comment PLCU to make yogurt.
We have Robin and Daphne.
Daphne! Okay. If it's the Daphne I'm thinking of, hi, Daphne. If it's not the Daphne I'm thinking of, hello. Okay, so we're going to do 60 grams of peanut butter powder. What do people talk about on these cooking shows? I don't even know. I should have prepared a presentation. But if anyone has any questions, put them in the comments, anything at all. Let me know where you're watching from. Comment PLCU, and I'll send one viewer yogurt. That's a pretty good deal. My mom's going to be commenting PLCU. Okay, so we've got our peanut butter powder, our tofu. Optional, you can add in protein powder. And I got asked the other day from someone if protein powder is harmful. There's so much information out there. And here is my take on it, right? I really don't think that we should rely on it to get the protein that we need. I see this so often, especially from plant-based women, where they feel like they need more protein. So then they just end up adding in protein powder, and they're like, oh, I started drinking a protein shake, a vegan protein shake, yada, yada, yada. But if you are trying to eat to look a certain way, to perform a certain way, and you need more protein, just blindly adding in protein without understanding really is the wrong way to go. So if you're active, if you're trying to build muscle and you feel like having a protein powder is necessary, then go for it. But majority of our clients in our coaching program really don't need it to get the protein that they need. So that's the thing. There's so much misinformation out there. You really have to dive deep and do the research. And if you don't have time to do the research, that's why you hire a coach. That's why you hire a coach, because the coach can do all the research for you and give you that blueprint. And that's what we do for all of our clients in our one-on-one coaching program, is just kind of cut the learning curve, give them yummy recipes, get them results right away so then they can just be living the life that they deserve. Okay, so that was my long tangent. So to sum all that up, and if you guys don't know, I'm Italian, so I'm going to be talking with my hand. Thankfully, we don't have knives here. So in my live the other day on Instagram, I attempted to cut open a jackfruit. I didn't get to cut it open all the way because I got nervous that I would be cutting my finger in front of all you guys. But I did cut it and we survived. But no knives tonight. If you're just tuning in, I'm doing air fryer easy cheesecake and then an easy dinner. Okay, so we just added our 12 ounces of tofu and 60 grams of peanut butter powder to the blender. We're going to add in 60 grams of date paste. So who here knows what date paste is? Anyone? I can't see the comments, so who knows? But date paste is just blended medjool dates with water. So if you go to Trader Joe's, inside of Trader Joe's, the produce section, there is a section and you can get a package of dates, and then all you do is just take the pits out, put it in the blender with water, and then you can make this paste. This paste is going to replace sugar. So you can put it in anything. You can put it in desserts, you can put it in salad dressings, and this will stay for a good month in the refrigerator, and you could just put it in whatever you need. Super helpful. And dates have so much fiber and so much magnesium. They're going to make you feel good. And pro tip, one of my menopausal ex-clients, past clients, graduates, she discovered that if she ate a medjool date every single night before she went to bed, she would be able to sleep the 8 hours without interruption. So ladies, if you are in that menopause like majority of our clients are, maybe try a medjool date before bed and see what happens. It could be your magic fix. Okay, next we're going to add in about a cup of soy milk. And this is the soy milk from Trader Joe's. It's only water and soybeans. There we go. Perfect. Okay, next thing that we're going to add is my favorite yogurt. So one of our clients, Susan, found this yogurt in Whole Foods and thought it was so cool because the yogurt is literally made from chickpeas. So I love pronouncing this yogurt because there's no vowels. So I always say it chickpa, chickpa. It's just so fun. So this is actually the best yogurt I've ever tried. And no, I'm not sponsored, but apparently they're going to send me a free yogurt. So if Caroline from this company is watching, send me my free yogurt. But it looks like this. So I have tried, when I tell you, I have tried so many plant-based yogurts that I have resorted to making my own yogurt. You guys know I do my Instant Pot yogurt, but this is actually the only yogurt that's better than my own yogurt. And it's better than Kite Hill, it's better than Siggy's, and Coco June is the best brand. If anyone here is dairy-free or whole food plant-based or vegan or whatever, you know these brands that I'm talking about. Coco June is the best plant-based yogurt, but it's super high in fat. So if you start eating these plant-based foods without that awareness, without that education, then you might not be able to reach the goals that you want. You might be confused. That's one of the things I see a lot too, where people will go plant-based or go vegan or just try to eat healthy by making these substitutes, but the substitutes actually are not what they need, right? There's that difference. I talk about this all the time. That difference between eating healthy versus eating the right amount of food for your body and for your goals. And you can do both. You can first figure out the amount of food that you need for your goals. And sometimes ladies, especially ladies that are over 40, over 50, when your metabolism slows down, if you're not eating enough, you might be storing fat. So you might actually need to eat more than you think that you do. So once you figure out that, then you can figure out how to fill those portions with the foods that you want. And if you fill those portions with wholesome foods, you're going to feel more energized. You're not going to feel tired all the time. You're not going to wake up just not feeling your best. You're going to wake up with a spring in your step. You're going to wake up ready to crush the day with energy and just no pain. That's what happens when you learn the foods that your body is just naturally craving. Okay, so we're gonna add in, let me show you this yogurt. It is so thick. Oh my gosh, that got in my eyebrow. But we're gonna add in this yogurt here. And I've actually never tried the cheesecake with this yogurt before. It's gonna be super epic. Okay, so this is just the vanilla and it has really, 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 really good ingredients. And it's made from chickpeas, which I just think is so cool. Fun fact about me, there are two vegan foods that I actually despise. I despise cashews and I despise chickpeas. Like, if anyone here can just eat chickpeas out of the can, bless you, because I can't. Chickpeas have to be in a different form. Hummus, great. Plain chickpeas, no. The worst is when you go to a restaurant and the only option is salad with like one cucumber. Vegans know what I'm talking about. When the salad option at the restaurant is like one cucumber and one tomato, and then like a tablespoon of chickpeas, it's like, what is this? This is a leaf. This is not a meal. We all know salads are a meal. So, see, when you start eating this way, you're going to love salad. You're going to love all these foods once you learn easy ways to make them. Okay, so we are going to put the Vitamix on so we can plug your ears if you're watching this. Okay, good. Okay. Oh, it's extra thick. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pour it into an air fryer safe dish. So I'm just using this ramekin here. And then we are going to air fry it. So my normal recipe for the cheesecake has a crust and then I bake it. But this recipe I discovered if you just put it right in the air fryer, it's going to have the best consistency ever. Okay. So we're going to put that in here. And then we're going to throw it in the air fryer at 315 for about 15 minutes. And if I was a pro at these cooking shows, I would have one already made, ready to whip out and just be like, whoosh, like here it is. But I'm not a pro at these cooking shows, so we're going to have to wait. But thankfully, I prepared another recipe while we wait. So let me get my little spatula. And then I wish my air fryer would just appear out of thin air. That would be amazing. Maybe next cooking show we can get those cool tricks. Okay. So this just is so good. One of my past clients, her and her husband love this recipe so much that they actually eat it every date night. And she had this at her party, at her birthday party this year. That was her cake of choice. So this is so good, you won't even know that it's actually good for you. Okay, so we're going to throw this in the air fryer. And then you can pull it out 15 minutes later. My sous chef is going to throw it in the air fryer. Okay, so as that's in the air fryer, I'm going to show you guys a Super, super easy. My sous chef also needs to clean the Vitamix, that's for sure. Easiest way to clean the Vitamix, I'm obviously not going to do it right now, but you could do a little bit of soap and then you can just run it with some warm water and then just rinse it out, let it dry. Super easy. Okay, so one of the biggest problems I see is when you feel like you're good all day, maybe you're not good all day, but then you come home and you have no idea what to eat for dinner. So you're just standing in the kitchen with a bag of chips in your hand, snacks, and then you just start, it's like no man's land. You're so hungry and you start snacking and snacking and snacking, and then you have no idea what to eat for dinner. So basically, everyone falls off around dinner. But I'm going to show you the recipe that won't let you fall off. So all you're going to need is pasta. This is an example of a brand that is a chickpea-based pasta. Another really good brand is Tolerant, and that's lentil pasta. And then Trader Joe's also has its own brand of lentil pasta as well. So this is really great, and this is just an easy swap that you can make for your kids, for your husband, your partner, that they won't even notice. And this is going to have 11 grams of protein per serving, which is awesome and just such an easy, mindless swap to make. So what you're going to do if you're making this for yourself is you can come home, throw a pot of water on the stove. As that's boiling, you can go take a shower, unwind from the day, whatnot. When the water starts to boil, you're going to put the pasta in. And then if you want to throw in some frozen veggies, you can put that in with the pasta water while it's boiling when you put the pasta in, or you can just microwave them, or you can have them thawing already if you're thinking in advance. And then the next thing that we're going to talk about is TVP. So if you're watching and you know what TVP is, comment TVP and let me know your favorite way to use it. But TVP is something that not a lot of people know about. It is helpful to have it, especially for really, really, really quick recipes like these. So TVP comes from soy, and it's basically defatted. So the tofu that we just used for the cheesecake, tofu and tempeh, they have fat with them. This is where a lot of people go wrong with vegan protein because it's not going to be as easy anymore as a thing of chicken or a thing of lean meat. It's going to have different food components with it. And if you don't really know how to arrange your plate, you're going to end up, I did that. I was just throwing, when I saw that movie, The Game Changers, I was just throwing on protein on my plate and I had no idea what I was doing. I was like, okay, I need more protein, so we're going to add in hemp seeds, we're going to add in tofu, we're going to add in tempeh. And then I was addicted to date balls, so I was eating date balls. And then I was just so confused because I thought I was eating healthy, but I didn't know that awareness of what amounts I should be eating. So if I had PLCU one-on-one program when I was going through my journey, it would have taken me a lot less time to get to where I am today, but that's besides the point. But TVP is really helpful because it doesn't have fat in it. So you can add it pretty much to any meal, and it's just going to be a little bit of a boost of protein. So I love adding this to my nice cream for like that crunchy stuff on top with some granola and some hemp seeds. But if you add it to something that's savory, so a chili or a soup, another really easy recipe is adding TVP to a canned soup. So you can get Amy's lentil soup or the Engine 2 soups and add the TVP in there, microwave it, and then it's going to beef it up. Well, literally not beef, I don't eat that, but it's going to beef it up, bulk it up, and it's going to add some more protein in there, which is great. So TVP is awesome. It has 12 grams of protein in it per serving and no fat. So this, if we add it to,
Dina asked, can I use a food processor to make the seitan recipe? I'm planning on making it today. I could use a better option.
Oh, hi, Dina. Dina asked about the seitan recipe in the food processor. I always make my seitan with in a mixing bowl, but I'm sure you can use the food processor. Oh, I think she might be asking if when you're done cooking it, so Fit Vegan Chef Natalie Matthews, I know she has a recipe that's pretty popular where you run it through the food processor on an S-blade and you make like thin deli slices. I've actually never done that. That kind of just seems like a lot of work for me, but I think that can work. So that's a great question. Seitan is another source of vegan protein where it's going to have no fat in it, really, no carbs. It's basically like vegan chicken, which is awesome. So if you just have an understanding of these different sources, how to piece meals together, then you can go on autopilot. And that's what we do for a lot of our clients, like Dina was, if I'm thinking of the right Dina, but we give them just easy staple meals and give them that understanding of how to make their recipes so that they just, can go on autopilot without thinking about food anymore. Because when you're in that stage of just feeling so frustrated, you're constantly thinking about food and all your mental energy is just thinking and thinking about it. And it can get really, really, really stressful. So you need to spend time doing other things rather than thinking about what to eat. So if this can help anyone, I really hope it does. So, okay, so you're gonna go boil your pasta. You're gonna get frozen veggies. These are already thawed, or you can microwave them, or you can add them to the pasta water. And then, see, look at me being so prepared. I already cooked the pasta. So we're just gonna dump it in here. Okay, so we're gonna dump it in here. And then we actually have a few options here with the TVP. So we can add it in to the sauce and make it rehydrated so it's like meaty. We can add it on top so it's like breadcrumb. So what I've been doing is adding it on top of mac and cheese because I like that casserole type texture, and then you can put it in the air fryer, which is awesome. So this is my favorite brand of queso. Apparently it got really expensive. It's like $8 at Target. So I would highly recommend making your own. However, this is good to have on those nights where you don't want to cook. So the ingredients here are pretty clean. It's cauliflower, red bell pepper, almonds, water, almond butter. There's no oil, minimal salt. So it's pretty clean in my book. So if you just want an easy mac and cheese, we're going to add in a serving of the queso. And then we're going to add in some nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast also is one of those things that not a lot of people know or buy. And a lot of people, I always put in my recipes, it's called nooch. And then my new clients are like, what is this nooch? It's nutritional yeast. It's sold at Trader Joe's. It's going to be sometimes like above the frozen section. It might be tough to find it. They always move things around in there. But you can do a little bit here. I just put on 2 tablespoons. And each tablespoon is going to have 3 grams of protein, which is pretty good. So we're going to give this a mix. And then obviously you can add in some pasta water in here, get it to the consistency that you want. And you can add in other veggies. You can add in zucchini, mushrooms, artichokes, anything you want. And then what you can do is sprinkle the TVP on top. And then you can throw this in the air fryer and have a crunchy top. And you can put like more hot sauce on top of it or vegan ranch dressing made from white beans, anything like that, and make it super tasty. So we're going to add in. And the cool part about these recipes is that you can really make them your own, right? Like not everyone has the same amount of foods. Not everyone has the same goals. You have to do what works for you. Not everyone wants to have jacked arms, which is fine. But once you just get an understanding of how to eat this way and how to make simple, tasty meals, like I would rather come home and have this than go get takeout. So as long as you have something to fall back on that's easy, you're going to be eating healthy without thinking about it. That is how you stay consistent. Consistency happens when you start doing things to feel good, to feel a certain way. rather than to just chase a number on the scale or to chase a certain look. Once you do things that align to what lights you up, that is how you can stay disciplined and consistent and all that stuff. Because, the people that eat healthy actually like eating this way because it makes them feel so good. One of my clients over the weekend, she said that she went to get a cheat meal. Any meal can be a cheat meal. I'll teach my clients how to eat, whatever they want, but a cheat meal, which was loaded vegan pizza with oil. And if you're watching this, then hello, you know who I'm talking about you. But she went to go get a cheat meal like that, and she said she felt so sick after it, just because when you start eating this way, your body actually starts to crave the nutrients and to crave the foods that you normally eat. So that's how it becomes something that you just do. That's how it doesn't feel like a chore anymore. Same thing with workouts, right? Who here is actually worse at adhering to workouts than the food? It's usually the opposite, where women will say that they're so good with the workouts, but the food is where they fall off. But let me know if you struggle more with workouts or food. But the same thing with workouts, you just have to make it a habit. And once you start going, you're actually going to feel better. You're going to feel energized. You're never going to want to go work out, but you're going to become addicted to the process and to the feeling after. So that's what it's about when you have a goal. It's not that you just see this, oh my gosh, I have to lose like 40 pounds or 50 pounds. It's how can I make small, manageable changes and tweaks? Small, manageable changes and tweaks. Adding in a chickpea pasta, adding in plant-based queso, making your regular cheesecake something a little bit lighter. How can I do these small little tweaks in a way that's not going to overwhelm me, right? And when you do it that way, then you're going to reach your goal before you know it. Seriously, the hardest part is just starting. The hardest part, everyone says it. Every single one of my clients that join say the hardest part was just saying yes to themselves, to committing. But then once they just start doing it and they go on autopilot, it's just so easy and they feel so much better and they finally get the results. So you can do it too. You can do it too. Okay, so we'll take this is a little cold right now, so you can make it into pasta salad too. But this is basically what it looks like. It took like 5 minutes if I wasn't talking. And I think we have our cheesecake is ready if you want to come. Someone wants to peep their head in. Plant Life chose mom. Oh, this looks good. All right. So, again, if I was a pro at these cooking shows, then this would be already done and cooled and perfect texture. But I know it's not going to be because it's still a little undercooked. But we're gonna take a spoonful of it anyway. But just imagine that if you were actually making this, you would just let it cool, and then it will firm up, and then you can put it in the refrigerator too for like the next morning, have it for breakfast, whatnot. But we will do a. Any comments before I do a scoop? Any questions?
No, but we have someone from Australia.
Oh, is it Jess?
Yeah.
Jess! Jess is one of my awesome clients. She's in the second phase of the one-on-one, the inner circle, which is basically, so she did a cut and then she did a reverse diet and then a bulk. So she actually is eating a little bit more, which is a whole nother topic, especially for us ladies. It's scary to eat more, but she absolutely crushed it. She is one of those busy moms of boys always running around, and she decided that it was finally time to say yes for herself, to invest in herself, to do what she always wanted to do and look and feel the way. And she, every single Sunday, meal prepping for the week. She has been on point for almost a year now, and she is just the most positive person ever. Fit mom of 3 from Australia. Okay, so we're gonna scoop this. I'm nervous. Okay. Oh, yeah. So the definitely still a little bit not al dente, very much runny, very much. But you know what? it's gonna taste so good. It's gonna taste so good because if you eat this way, like in our client group chats, all we do is just send pictures of different varieties of mush. So this mush is hecka tasty. If you know, you know. If you eat this way, you know that mush is delicious. And if anyone saw my reel on my dessert, I'm scared to say it. I feel like someone is going to ban me from YouTube. But if you saw my dessert from yesterday, then you know that sometimes things that don't look pretty are the most appetizing. And I promise you, if you make this or the bun recipe, if you make this and you bring it to work or you bring it to your husband or your kids or your wife, whatnot, like they are going to just start falling in love with it too because it's going to taste so freaking good. So I hope this was helpful. If you go into the description of this when it goes on the replay, I'll post some free recipes for you guys, but I was kind of going through the ingredients. So if you're very dedicated and we're taking notes throughout, then you know the recipe, but this is just my normal recipe in the air fryer for about 15 minutes and then just take it out and cool it. So thank you guys so much for watching my first cooking show. If you can tell, then this was definitely the very first one, but there's going to be some more in the future. Let me know exactly what you guys want to see. And if you are coming in to the replay, comment PLCU for a chance to win. I'm going to be sending this yogurt, 8 of these yogurts, out to one lucky viewer. I'll pick one at random. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you feel like you're ready for that help finally to say yes, then if you're on YouTube, you can head over to the description of one of my past videos, click on the link, you can book a free call with me. If you're on Instagram, I have that in my bio, but I've been hearing so much lately about people wanting to commit, but then not feeling like it's the right time or having something going on in their life. And I just want to leave you guys with this, that if you can do it when it's hard, you can do it when it's easy. And if you can do it when it's hard, you can do it in the future no matter what happens. Because reality is that life is just always going to happen. And if you don't say yes to yourself now, then you risk not being able to meet your full potential. So you deserve it. You deserve to make cheesecake. You deserve to make mush. On that note, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.